we need to figure out why people are just so bothered, and we need to figure out how to help people with their self talk, and we need to figure out how to help people learn how to appropriately use the internet, because it can be a magnificent tool for all of us to take advantage of and use and maximize and do really, really great things in our life with amongst each other, sharing amongst each other. That's what it was made for. And so, lastly, I'm going to try to wrap this up because as I just shared within this video, it's very important to monitor how much time we're spending on the web. And that's just period. We need to monitor how much time we're spending on the web. So here are some ways that I found that a person can begin if they feel like they're suffering high levels of anxiety or depression, or what was the other? Stress. Then here is one from social media. Here's one way or here's 4 ways I think I found, that you can begin your social media wellness journey. And again, I found this information from master researchers of the topic on how social media is affecting uh, the brain, mental health, and people in general. And so the suggestions that I found and would like to share was, number one, just recognize the problem. Okay, that's simple. You recognize that you're experiencing these different feelings, these unwanted feelings, and then you deal with them. Okay, that's the number one thing, so that you be able to get the help with them. You have to recognize that you fall into this group, that needs to do something about their social media usage so that you don't have to undergo these long-term effects later on. Number two, you absolutely have to audit your social media. This is not something that needs to be offensive to anyone. You just simply, I suggest you just simply touch base with people and you say, hey, what's up, and you figure out what the vibe is, and you just go ahead and you audit it that way. If and you get rid of you take away what you need and what you must, and you walk away from whatever else is left. It's simple, because in the end, this is gonna work better for you. And that's the whole goal. Like, you don't need to just have people be a part of your social media, especially if their presence is affecting you in some sort of a negative way. And so when you feel yourself reaching some sort of a negative or unwanted or pessimistic place with interacting with anyone on social media, you stop and you pause and you think about that, and you set that straight, with that person, and you just say, hey, what was up with that? And if you like what you hear, you proceed on. If you don't, then you know what else to do. You have to audit your social media diet, just like any other diet. You watch what goes in your mouth. You have to watch what goes inside of your mind, your body. And social media affects all of that, as it's been found in research. So that was number 2. And let me see, number 3, the suggestion is to create a better online experience for yourself, which is my personal favorite. And I do this all the time. It's very fun, to reach further out into, the world, the online world, and just, get involved and get into groups and things, and seek out information that you really want to grasp, and that you really want to be a part of your life moving forward. And I assure you that experience is so rewarding and it's so fun, and it's definitely countering all that negativity that comes along with that social media, um, interaction. If it's negative, that will counter it for sure. Create your own better experience. Look into the things that you want more of in your life and seek them out, and seek the information on them, join the groups, connect with the different people that you meet along the way, etc. Create that environment for yourself and get rid of anyone who doesn't want to be a part of that, or feel like doesn't belong or fit in with that, because you are now trying to create a better online experience for yourself. And so that's just what's going to be required. You can't have things that bother you be a part of your news feeds, timelines, anything like that, because that's just going to bring about that energy that you're trying to reject and avoid. So again, create your own better experience. And I hope platforms like this one, Lifechat, is one that you feel like you can come to, because that's exactly what it's designed for, to create a more upbeat and uplifting online experience for those involved. It doesn't have to be, all reality TV and glitz and glamour and chugging and jiving all the time. Like, people need to come together and really discuss real issues that really matter and come up with real life solutions moving forward that work out for the better for people, and not just harping on all the ridiculousness that's circulating around in social media and Hollywood and all that other stuff that really doesn't affect anybody in their real life. Okay, so then number 4, this is, one that everyone has probably heard before, is but to model good behavior online. A lot of the stuff that you become a part of is sent to you because you've been in some kind of a way associated with these types of things. So if you find yourself only displaying and discussing and talking about the things that you want to discuss and talk about at this time in your life and moving forward, then that should invite those same people to come aboard. And if they don't, then you're going to have to make a decision there, But again, that can take you back to number 3, and you can just create your own, better experience moving forward, But you gotta stop wasting time on, the negativity and the negative energy and the negative ones, because that's not helping you moving forward. So we have to be more mindful of how much of that we're dealing with. And moving forward, we want to just model the same good behavior that, we want in our lives, and that more of that energy will come around, because that is what social media is. And social media is catered to you, for the most part. So it's more so designed towards your liking, and it's catered toward the things you like, and it's catered towards the things that you share, and it's catered towards the things that you post, etc. So, if you want to see some more, uplifting and more encouraging and more, in new and improved ways about going about things, then you need to become a part, and you need to start displaying those kinds of things on your page itself, and so that those types of same things will come to you in the masses. All right, so hopefully that was helpful to someone. That was a lot of information. I may even have to split this up into into a 3-part, but I just really wanted to be sure that, we kind of went over the information that I felt to be like the meat of all that I went through, which was a lot, and I didn't expect to, but, it was cool and it was fun. We all learned a lot from this information. My kids were not feeling the best about it, but, again, we have to deal with this because, like I said, social media, it's another note here. It says that Here's another very important point, that this social media thing, like that, people say to themselves, this reminds me of a point, and then I'm going to end it here. But it says that, because I talk to people about social media and they're like, well, that's not me. I don't really, I'm not really addicted and I'm not really, into it like that and I'm not overusing it. But if you're spending more than 2 hours on social media a day, you fall into this category and you need to start your social media wellness moving forward ASAP. And so the main reason that I really drilled into this was, again, because the kids brought up anxiety. And then when looking into social media, it turns out our college age kids are also struggling with anxiety at an extremely high rate. And then I see this fact that says that the need to check your notifications becomes addiction. Social media usage can and should be tied to substance abuse dependencies. And I think I stated that earlier. But according to this one of the master researchers that I ran across in doing my research on this topic, once said that every like gives you a shot of a feel-good chemical called dopamine, and you can do all sorts of research on dopamine, and you can figure out like what that is, and that is a seriously big deal. Okay, that substance, and regarding the social media, we are already experiencing a pyramid similar to substance dependencies. Social media is now being tied into the same group as substance abusers. Like, social media is having the same effect on people that substances are having on people. It's saying that people who try to go without social media go through symptoms of withdrawal if they have gone too far into the high social media usage. And this is a fact. There's been all sorts of studies done. I even have some of those notes in these notes here. I've done some studies, or I annotated some studies of some people who actually took themselves through, social media fasts, and they went through all sorts of differences, and they a lot of them came together, along with other researchers and, study officials to formulate these facts that I just shared with you all. And so again, I hope that this live chat was helpful to someone. And I hope that your day started off well. If it did not, I surely hope it ends well. And again, I see that this video has probably went over to 40 minutes, but so I'll probably have to break it up into 3 parts. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all enjoy what's left of your day. Monitor that social media usage. High social media usage has a long-term effect on any human being. Any human being. All right? Good day, everybody. We'll talk on the next chat.